I'll be showing you the best first class experience that you could get going to Hawaii, which just so happens to be on Hawaiian Airlines. This includes showing you all the food, snack, and drinks that come with this product. And by the end of this video, you could see why this first class experience is so memorable. Even though this is a first class flight, we do not have any lounge access at Los Angeles Airport, so we'll be just going straight to boarding the plane.
Good, how you doing?
Pre-departure beverage?
What is there?
Champagne. Mai Tai or champagne?
Can I take POG, please? Thank you so much.
And if you didn't know what POG is, it stands for Passion Orange Guava, and it's a popular juice in Hawaii, and I highly recommend trying it. It's one of my favorites. As for the main breakfast options that I had on this flight, it was either a roasted broccoli, mushroom, and cheese frittata, or pancakes and pork sausage. And to be honest, I'm more of a waffle guy, so you could take a guess at what I ordered.
Oh yes, may I have the frittata, please? Thank you.
I'm also not a morning drinker, but you know what? I'll take one for the team for you guys to give you the most comprehensive review.
Can I do the Mai Tai?
After all of the orders were taken, the pre-boarding service has officially ended, which means we will slowly begin to creep our way onto the runway and prepare for takeoff. Say goodbye to this beautiful Californian weather, as we will soon be trading it for other beautiful sunny weather. As we reach cruising altitude, we can now begin our Hawaiian Airlines first class in-flight meal service.
Up first, we have macadamia nuts and a Mai Tai. It's good. I love macadamia nuts too. Welcome to breakfast. We have a warmed croissant, frittata, pork sausage, fruits, and that's it. Mai Tai. So let's go ahead and take a little taste here. They did provide, of course, the utensils, but also a moist towel. Very nice of them. Much appreciated. It's also cool because Hawaiian Airlines, like, cute, I guess. Their salt and pepper packets are in this nice little aloha shirt. Just open it up. You see, salt and pepper. Let's go ahead and start the frittata. Oh man. I am a picky eater, so beware. I mean, this tastes like an egg, which, I mean, it is egg, so. It's like an egg omelet, basically. I will add some pepper to this and some salt. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe not salt. Pork sauce. What was it? Chicken sausage time. It's good. For some reason, it tasted like Christmas. Like gingerbread. Chicken salt. Maybe I'm just making that up, but I swear to God, there's a hint of gingerbread in there. Strawberry. They have strawberry, orange, melon, papaya. As you can tell, I'm not a fruit person, but I will eat a strawberry and oranges though. To be honest, I don't usually eat frittata, so I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a good one or a bad one. Can't imagine it being bad though. A bad one. Let's try some of that pesto sauce. Orange. I'm pretty sure if you're familiar with a frittata, this is everything as you might expect. It's nothing crazy. It's not bad. Gets the job done, I suppose. I am a rice guy, so eating eggs without rice feels a bit odd for me. But can't be too picky. Here's the croissant. Here's the spread. I mean, it's good. You do have butter or strawberry jam. So that wraps up the main course, the main breakfast. And I must say that it was pretty good. I would say it's an 8 out of 10. Maybe even a 9 out of 10. I think I would like to see more Hawaiian dishes on the menu. I mean, we are going to Hawaii, and they have an incredible culture there with incredible food. So having like lomi salmon, lau lau, kalua pig, poi, haupia, even though I don't eat those two things, would be amazing, especially on Hawaiian Airlines too. All right, and to wrap things up, we have a warm yuzu pound cake. Take a look. Looks delicious with a strawberry on top. Favorite fruit. Oh, wow. It is warm. It is soft. It is moist. Just cut right into that. It's good. That's probably the best thing I've had. Not like I had a lot of stuff on this flight, but that's the best thing. Imagine though, we came with like a scoop of ice cream, vanilla ice cream with this. Oh, whoa. Haagen-Dazs, even the Haagen-Dazs, like to go small cups. GG's. That'd be phenomenal. But I will say though, even without the ice cream, this alone is a 10 out of 10. Even with cream. Actually, no, no. It's gotta be vanilla ice cream. So I think this brings, I guess if we're talking about the entire first class meal experience, from the macadamia nuts to the frittata, croissant, to pound cake, the drinks, whatever, this definitely brings that to an easy 9 out of 10. I think the only thing that would make, I guess, the whole experience a 10 out of 10 is if they offered some sort of Hawaiian food option. At least a little bit. I know it's expensive. Hawaiian food's expensive, so maybe that's probably honestly the reason why. But if they somehow finesse that, that would be a 10 out of 10 first class meal. Hawaiian Airlines. Oh god.
And in the off chance that when you're eating your food, you're not talking to a camera reviewing how the food tastes, what exactly can you do to keep yourself entertained on this flight?
Let's check out the entertainment system on board, the in-flight entertainment. So we have Hanaho TV, not exactly sure what that is. New movies, releases. We have TV options. Again, Rick and Morty, nice. Music, games, kids keiki section, flight map, etc. Volume, display, call the attendant, light, settings, information. Down here, you can see the flight information and go directly to the flight map. And I must say that this flight map is probably the most robust, the most detailed one I've ever used. It's not too laggy, which most of them are pretty laggy. But so you have this, and you can scroll in, of course, zoom in, etc. Right? That's cool. That's normal. But you also have these options down here. You can have your normal, go back to the normal screen, right? Flight information. That's cool. But then you also have the aircraft view. Interesting. We have overview, above cam, and then my camera, the chase cam. I mean, I don't know how much information this tells you. But you have the window view, which is also kind of interesting. Just shows you left and right, the view. But, I mean, it's the ocean. And then you also have the pilot's HUD. I don't know how accurate this is, but that's also pretty cool information to take a look at. Going back, we also have the compass. And also your location between your destination and where you just left from. And the last thing here is just global time. Shows you all the time zones on the map. And once again, I mean, it's a pretty responsive screen. It's a pretty responsive system, which usually that's not the case, especially for the flight information stuff. I will say though, it's missing the cameras. If you really wanted to go crazy and have all the bells and whistles, but it's definitely a nicer entertainment system than most.
After all of that talking and dry humor, I was offered a second round of refreshments.
Forgot to mention that if you are going to Hawaii, you gotta try the Loa Maid or Hawaiian Sun are the two juice brands. I got the Pog. Personally, one of my favorites. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
And now we could finally take a tour of this first class suite. These are the brand new Leihōkū Suites on Hawaiian Airlines' new Boeing 787 Dreamliner. Leihōkū actually means lay of stars in Hawaiian, so it's fitting that you have a lot of stars on the ceiling for the cabin. The seat itself is a completely 180-degree lie-flat seat with all of the seat controls that you will need to control it. You can independently control up and down the footrests attached to the seat, along with actually reclining the seat, which pushes the seat forward to get it to the complete lie-flat position. Right next to the seat is a small shelf with a rubberized texture to fit 2 to 3 drink glasses, or if you have more drinks than that, you have this counter space next to it as well. Nearby, you have the controller for the entertainment system, and behind it is a full-size keyboard, which reminds me of a phone from the early 2000s, like the T-Mobile Sidekick or maybe even a BlackBerry. And yes, the entertainment system is fully functional via touchscreen as well. That controller is accompanied by a full-on plug outlet with a USB port, but if your phone is able to wirelessly charge, you do have a wireless charger on top of that. If you're scared of the dark, you do have a reading light above that wireless charger, which is also next to this little cubby space with a mirror in case you wanted to check yourself out or see what's behind you. As for the cubby space itself, it's not that big. It has the headphones that come with the seat and barely had enough space to hold my headphones in the case. One weird design flaw is that the headphone jack is located inside of this cubby, so if you want to watch the in-flight entertainment, you have to plug your headphones in through here. Outside of the Harry Potter closet, you have this light that kind of reminds me of that light you use to attract bugs at night, but this one's of course much nicer. Or if you want to control the brightest light in the whole universe, you have this electronic dimmer shades attached to the window. Underneath you could see your legroom and the footrest where you could rest your feet, which is actually quite narrow, and I'll talk more about that later. As far as floor storage goes, there's not much of it. You just have this small space here where I put the provided pillow and blankets, and that's about it. Underneath the LCD screen, you do have the meal tray table, which when fully erect comes right up close to you. That leaves just enough space for Jesus. And shout out to all you high school dance chaperones that would say that. The tray table does swing out horizontally, so yes, you could eat like a normal person, and it is topped with the same rubberized material found on that drink shelf next to the seat. In front of you, you have a bunch of the pamphlets that you probably don't read, and to the left, you have an adjustable armrest to make your seats that much more comfortable. And the one feature that makes this seat feel like its own little cubicle is the sliding door. Take a look at all my hardworking little coworkers. Yes, this suite is private. Yes, this suite is comfortable, but there's one little thing that I want to expand on that I touched about earlier.
It's a bit tight. I'm not the biggest guy around, but not too much headspace. I mean, it does go a little bit wide. And not enough foot space either.
So I'm usually around 5'10", 5'11", or maybe sometimes even 6'2", but there's not much headroom available on this seat. So yes, it does feel a little bit tight. It feels a little bit cramped. And when you take a look around at your feet, yeah, there's not much room in that little pocket there. Before I give my final verdict about this Hawaiian Airlines first class seat product, let's go ahead and take a look at the first class bathroom and see if it's anything special. And to sum it up in one word, underwhelming. The quote-unquote first-class bathroom is just a normal bathroom. You have your toilet, a baby changing table, a couple hangers to hang your coat or jackets on when it gets real intense in the bathroom, a normal trash can along with a normal automatic sink, and no amenities. But again, it's still a domestic flight after all. So it's really about the other details of this airplane itself, such as the beautiful designs on the ceiling right outside of the bathroom next to the galley, the comforting RGB lights above your seat, and of course the stars in the ceiling. You can't forget about the stars. As we start to prepare for our descent down to Hawaii, we get another round of drinks along with a snack mix and a delicious Honolulu Cookie Company cookie.
So what do I rate this new Boeing 787 Dreamliner first class or business class option by Hawaiian Airlines? I think this is a huge step up from their old, or I guess more common business class available. I don't know what plane it's on, but it's the 222 configuration. So it's not nearly as private as this. I mean, obviously in the 1-to-1 configuration. Also, every seat has a suite or a door, a suite, and direct aisle access. So you're not falling over anyone or jumping behind the iPad in order to get to the bathroom or anything like that. So I think that this new product by Hawaiian Airlines is amazing. I think it's a huge step up because if you're going to Hawaii and you're paying first class, business class prices, you want this sort of premium feel. I know it's at the end of the day a domestic airline and it's a domestic flight, but still you're going all this way over the ocean. And I mean, maybe it's just me, but going to Hawaii is like such an exciting thing to do. You kind of want that experience to be more special. And this is it. This is that more special experience. So right now, this Boeing 787 Dreamliner is, to my knowledge, only available for select flights between the West Coast and Hawaii. So it's not available outside of that. And I mean, I found it relatively quickly. So I don't think it's like ANA's The Room where it's a lot harder to find and book, but it's still not going to be available for most people or many people across the United States just yet. But I mean, I hope they get positive feedback. They have lots of booked flights on this aircraft, especially in first class, so that way they implement it more throughout the United States. Because once again, if you're going to Hawaii, especially with a family, I mean, even by yourself because of this privacy here, you want to be flying there in something like this. Especially if you're paying, again, that first class price. You get this first class experience, a proper first class experience. So to me personally, of course, I think this is worth it. This is way better than what's currently available out there for Hawaiian Airlines especially. So if you're flying to Hawaii from the West Coast, or I mean, if you're willing to take a positioning flight to the West Coast in order to fly on this aircraft right here, I would recommend it. It is definitely worth it. It's definitely a more luxurious experience than, I guess, the previous options available by Hawaiian Airlines. Go for it. I recommend it.
So listen to what that charming guy in black had to say and try this product out for yourself. But wait, no, I don't want you to pay cash prices in order to experience this. I think you should be able to use credit card points, which is exactly what I did myself. So stay tuned for that video to be released. If it is released, I'll link it in the description down below or pin it as a comment. Or you can take a look at one of my other business class reviews here and how I use credit card points to get them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Shoots.